What do you see?
I've got small business owners, and I see so much waste of every department that Richmond County's got. So I don't mind paying taxes if I can get a bang for my buck. But when you have people running around and a vehicle gets 12 miles to the gallon, it's not gonna do nothing with it, ride all day long, put him in something smaller. You got the sheriff's department alone. If they was made to drive the speed limit like everybody else is supposed to, that would save a tremendous amount of gas. You got the fire department it's dispatched to every wreck, doing the EMT's job. I mean, if we're gonna spend $8 million for ambulances, put it at the fire department, let the firemen run them. Don't hire somebody else to do it.
You understand what Joe's telling us?
I mean, it's just
About the ambulances?
wasted money. They done a study on the drag strip. Now, to me, this is stupid. We got Jackson drag strip less than 20 miles away from here. They spent $25,000 to do a study to see if it was feasible to make money on a drag strip. Why didn't 3 or 4 of the commissioners get in one of our cars that we pay for right over there and count heads? I mean, it's stupid. We're getting surveys here, surveys there that we're paying for ridiculous prices. We don't have the services we had 12, 15 years ago in Augusta.
Mm-hmm.
And every time you turn around, somebody with the county is telling you can't do that with your property. And it's getting ridiculous. You've got commissioners, it's just taking money and just giving it to somebody. I mean, it's stupid. And it's more people need to be here, and they need to wake up and quit spending their money to idiots up there. And because the only thing I see right now the commissioners doing, they're going back to the old saying, if you can't dazzle them with brilliance, you BS them instead. And that's it. You just baffle them with BS. And that's exactly what they do. You can call any department head and ask them a question, they're going to send you to somebody else that's stupider than the last one you just talked to. I mean, it's ridiculous. Street lights. That ought to be something that every person in Augusta ought to pay the same thing for street lights. I paid $75 this year. My neighbor paid $60. I mean, that don't make sense. But you call somebody and they don't have an answer.
And your name's Joe
Kelly. Yeah. Yes.
Thank you so much. I saw you, I've seen you before, aren't you, Harrisburg?
Yeah.
Why are you here?
Lori Davis, I am supporting Harrisburg, but now since the election has been going on, I'm supporting the concerned citizens of Richmond County for a chronic nuisance property ordinance that will put our landlords, put responsibility on landlords for the property they rent.
Go ahead, tell me more.
We have probably, I'm going to say 5 or 6 landlords in the inner city that have a stranglehold on the inner city, and they are in the 3rd generation of having this stranglehold. So they can pretty much decide what they want to do as far as making laws in this town. They skirt the laws. They do everything they can to make that buck. And nobody has held them accountable for what they do. The chronic nuisance property ordinance, which Butch Palmer is for, and he's one of the few ones that's actually pushing this. I had the idea. He's the one that is running for office and decided to push this. Is going to be great for all of Richmond County. It's going to hold the landlord responsible for the negative social behavior on their property after a given number of times that the police have been called. Right now we have properties in Harrisburg where the police have been called 40 and 50 times in a 12-month period. So what does that do with our money? It just sends the money consistently to police officers who don't have they don't have the teeth, they don't have a law to do what they need to do. And so this is a big push for this election this year to push this. I've been before the commission.
So what happened when you went before the commission?
They don't seem to get it. I think I'm more educated than they are, as a matter of fact.
Okay.
I think I put it on a level that everybody could understand. We have gone in Harrisburg through a process of 2.5 years of 3 letters to landlords. We have done everything we can to get the landlord involved in what we're doing in Harrisburg. They don't care. They want money. I brought this for a lot of people to see. This is a house in Harrisburg that rents for $1,080 a month. It is a dump. Drug dealers want to be in Harrisburg because people come to Harrisburg to buy drugs. From Columbia County, Burke County, you name it. They come from everywhere to buy drugs in Harrisburg. This is a dump. renting for $1,080 a month. How do I know that? Because the owner of the property told it to Johnny Edwards in an article for the Augusta Chronicle.
What's that street address?
It is 1841 Watkins Street. We have
That's pretty good rent for Watkins Street.
we have several of these properties. These are chronic nuisance properties that we are trying to get rid of. And it's going to take a chronic nuisance ordinance to do this. The ordinances that we have on the books are about tall grass, broken windows, all of that. There's nothing that addresses negative social behavior over and over and over.
In my
And
opinion, Harrisburg is one of the best kept secrets in
It is.
Augusta. Let me tell you why. We're facing an economic development crisis, but we look at also expansion. Where are we expanding to? We have Country Club Hills here, we have Harrisburg here, we have downtown here. When we look at what is in the middle, Harrisburg, you can buy affordable property and be a property owner in Harrisburg because it's going to be the up and coming trend. The shotgun houses can be redone. Some of those houses look great. But thank you for so much. Now, who was your commissioner?
Bandy Beard.
Now, does she have any rental property down there, do you know?
She may in Harrisburg
She may or
under a
may not.
different name.
Lady Walker area she does.
Okay. Kathy, why were you here?
Just understanding that our government is pretty much out of control on every single level, from national all the way down to local. And I think it's because a lot of people who have conservative values or believe in limited government live their lives, they don't get involved, and we're at a point where if we don't get involved, you know, we're going to end up being slaves. That's just the way I see it. That's the trend that we're going in. And so that's what I'm trying to do, is get involved in every level of government that I can, meet with like-minded people, try to find out, identify solutions, and work towards solutions.
Andy Cheek, my good friend, former commissioner. Andy and I have had a tumultuous relationship, to say the very least. But I love him like a brother. When two people agree, one of them is not me. Andy, give me a 30-second thumbnail sketch of what you see our government going in the direction we're heading in.
Well, I'll share two things with you. We addressed the vehicle situation in 2003 or 2004, trying to bring the fleet size down to something reasonable. I was called crazy, quote. We also addressed a renter's license in 2002, which would have been very similar to what they have in Aiken, that holds the property owners accountable. That didn't gain any traction because of the influence the large property holders have in control of the government. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm a taxpayer still in Richmond County. Augusta is where I was born and raised. I care about the city. It's a shame to see a place with so much potential stagnate. The wealth transfer, we're going to see the first decrease in population in this city in decades. This next census, people with disposable income are moving out, property values are not increasing. And in spite of what you hear on the radio about the rosy picture that's being painted, the fact is Augusta is almost 50% funded by government entities.
Yep.
The economic growth that has occurred and that is being touted today is directly proportional to the growth in government spending. It's not through growth in the private sector. Those are facts.
We'll do a couple more. Thank you, Andy. Thank you for all your hard work you did. Andy beat his head against the wall. That's how he lost all his hair. My good friend Ben Hassan, AK's brother. AK is a role model for us all strive to be. AK, how do you see it? You're a professional in this industry. Tell me what you see the city as.
Well, pretty much, well, thank you very much for doing what you're doing this evening. I come here actually to extend an invitation to yourself to come to my program, Comcast Community Concern, so we can sit down and have a conversation with yourself exactly what your intentions are. So really, I'm just trying to feel my way around here and learn exactly what's on the hearts and minds of the community at broad. I operate in a very small circle, so as I come to gatherings like this, I get a broader perspective of what's on everybody's hearts and minds. So that's why I'm here. I'm information gathering today.
The gentleman with the baseball hat, why are you here? And then we'll take one more after this.
Well, first of all, you talk?
Yes, sir.
All right. I came to see the show. Second of all, I
hope you didn't pay too much.
No. That was the first reason for coming, because I've watched you battled for years, and I've found an admiration for, I expected you to be about 7 foot tall. You're a little fella that gets in some of the biggest fights. It seemed to hold your own rather well.
Thank you. You're kind. The gentleman behind you, this will be the last one, sir. Why are you here?
Oh, I'm here to observe and to learn.
Let me tell you, my phone rings off the hook.